Hey, it's Tyrone Jackson, and welcome back for your next lesson. You know, I was talking earlier about the whole idea of all wealth is taught. Why aren't more people wealthy from the stock market? Well, the first thing is they haven't found the right mentor who can make things easy for them. The second thing which we know is all wealth is taught. If you don't come from a wealthy family, then you don't know how to trade assets for profit. The internet has changed everything in the stock market because it allows you and I to have equal access to a game that is enormous, that is huge. The third reason that most people aren't successful is that they have a very closed mind. So what I'm going to ask you here in this lesson is to not be negative, but to just be open. You see, people are sort of kind of like traffic cops, and we control the amount of wealth that flows through us through our consciousness. So if you're a very closed-minded people, you're constantly telling people, money, to go away from you. But when you have an open mind, you're willing to be a student and you're willing to learn more, you'll be better at guiding money towards you. Just like a traffic cop in the street, it's your consciousness that does that. And so what I say in the Wealthy Investor Program is your wealth is in your thinking. Your wealth is in your thinking. So I'm going to ask you to resist the urge to be negative with what I'm about to show you. Be a good student and practice being open. This next trade that we're going to talk about here in the stock market is the only trade in the stock market that brings in guaranteed monthly income, whether stocks go up, go down, or stay the same. Did you know that there are only three things that a stock can really do? Go up, go down, or stay the same? And this is called covered calls. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do something called writing a covered call. That means that we're going to buy a stock, sell an option to someone we don't know, and give them the right to buy the stock away from us at a higher price. It's a great strategy, and it works like clockwork. Let's take a look at this. We're going to stay with Dow components because they're more conservative. And why should we lose money in the stock market when we can stay with a company like Disney that's probably not going to go out of business? There's a difference between trading stocks and investing in stocks. And what you're learning here in these web lessons are how to trade stocks. And later on down the line, as a member of the Wealthy Investor Program, I'm going to show you how to build wealth investing our profits. Here's Disney, ticker symbol DIS. You can go to Yahoo Finance and look up at a 5-year chart. You notice that Disney has never been down to zero in the last 5 years. They own a lot of real estate. Their revenues are rising. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy 2,000 shares of Disney at $31. Now, can you do this with 100 shares? Yes. What am I trying to say to you? Be open. I want to show you some tremendous profit potentials you have here in the stock market. And if you don't have enough to buy 2,000 shares, I'm going to show you how to get those 2,000 shares. We're going to buy 2,000 shares at Disney at $31. We're going to sell a call option to someone we don't know, give them the right to buy the stock away from us at $32 a share. The $32 is called the strike price. How much is that person going to pay us right now? They're going to pay us 75 cents a share for the right, not the obligation, to buy these Disney shares away from us. It's called writing a covered call, selling call options. Some people call this a call overwrite. Why do we sell covered calls? Because it brings in guaranteed income. Let's take a look. 2,000 shares optioned away at 75 cents per share generates a guaranteed $1,500. You see, when you sell covered calls, this cash hits your account the next day in what we call trading day plus one, or T+1. If those shares are actually brought away from us by the third Friday of the month, we would generate an additional $2,000. Why? We have 2,000 shares at 31. We're willing to sell at $32 a share. The total income on this trade for writing covered calls, taking in the call premium plus selling the stock is $3,500. Now, if you have money in a mutual fund and it's not paying you $3,500 a month, you need to stop what you're doing and come with me, because this money is here for anyone who has the right financial education. You see, the stock market can be used as an income generating tool only if you have the right mentor, only if you have the right financial education. That's what makes the difference between people who are successful and people who are not successful in the stock market, is mentorship and education. So look at what we've done here, $3,500, not a very sophisticated trade, but it generates income. There's that magic word, somebody else's money again. We call that margin, a line of credit that your broker will extend to you. We're going to use our money here, and we're going to use our margin money to double our income. And look at what happens on this page. Our $3,500 becomes $7,000 in about 6 weeks if you follow the way that I teach you to do this trade. Now, is this exciting? This is what happens when you find a mentor who you trust, who you like, who keeps things easy. I'm not one of these people that believes life should be very difficult. In fact, I think trading in the stock market is very easy. Certain people thrive on making it complicated. Not me. This is about you generating $7,000 a month trading Disney as a Dow stock. Are there other stocks where the profit potential is this good or even greater? Yes, there is. In fact, we'll talk about that in future lessons. But this lesson today was about writing covered calls for guaranteed income, how to use margin to double our income so we have an additional $7,000 a month. On your next lesson, it gets even better.